You don't even want to know how long it took me to get this game to work properly. Jesus Christ. Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Cephas here, and today I am going to be bringing you a game called Dangan-Ronpa. It's a PSP game on the emulator, and I've heard it's very good. So it's supposed to be like a detective-y kind of game, so let's get cracking. But yeah, and this game it's about 90% working, so I have to do some editing to make it fully work. For example, the scene that's going to come up at the minute, the sound doesn't work for me, so I'm going to have to try and sync it up. Okay, what difficult should I play on? I think I'll play on gentle, both. Because the action, if I play on malicious, it will probably be so difficult for the emulator to handle, so I'll play on gentle both. Okay, let's go. Da, da, da. The enormous academy towered over the city's central, upper-class residence district. It was like ... The whole world revolved around that place. Oh god. Kibōgamine Private Academy. This federal accredited super privileged academy gathered students of all the highest caliber in all fields, so it can groom them to the best of the best. Graduating is said to be a guarantee to a life success. Kibōgamine Academy has been producing top-tier prospects in the discipline for hundreds of years, fostering students in whom the country can place their hopes. It is partly referred to as the Hope Academy. By the way, this is I haven't played any of this game, it's a blind playthrough. I've seen the first 3 episodes of the anime, so I know, like, the first death and murders and stuff. I'm sorry, I can't help it, but I don't know anything after the first, like, scene or chapter, if you want to call it that. I didn't read that bit, sorry. 1. You must be currently be enrolled in a high school. 2. You must excel in all subjects. There is no application process. All new students are scouted by the academy, and yet there I was, standing before the gates to the academy as supremely amazed as that.
まずはオーソドックスに自己紹介から始めたいと思う。
That made me jump.
僕の名前は苗木誠だ。
It was little by the books, but I wanted to start off by introducing myself. My name is Makoto Naegi. There it is. I'm just, as I appear to be, a helpless, ordinary, average high school student. And I'm not a whole lot different on the inside either. ... I'm not particularly skilled at anything, nor am I all that eccentric or really extraordinary at all. I don't have any special tastes or interests. I'm not a mutant, and I don't possess a stand. I don't get that. If you want to know my favorite actor, my favorite comic, my favorite band, my favorite movie, just look at the charts, and there you go. Whoever's number one, that's more than likely. Only to the almost cliche degree, the most average of the average. That's me. Starting things off by the books with an introduction is a great example of that. Well, if I had to pick something, my one redeeming quality would be that I'm a little bit more optimistic than most, I guess. And there I was, normal, everyday me, standing in front of the Kibōgamine Academy, a far cry from what you call ordinary school. Whoa, I've really come to an amazing place. I'm not getting over my head, am I? I felt like a very small fish, lost in a very, very large ocean. Though I doubt anyone could blame me. Now I just don't understand. No, I can't even read today. Now just so I don't sound like I'm blowing things out of proportion, I guess I should probably catch up on the preparations I did last night. I can read that. The students selected to attend Kibōgamine Academy are really super skilled in all subjects, and in fact they're such a hot topic they dedicated the thread on a certain online message board. Fangirls. Half in the name of the preparations and a half morbid curiosity, I poked around in the thread for a bit. Every single person mentioned was super duper high school material, leaps and bounds above average. The super duper high school owner, for example, she enjoys fame nationwide as the lead vocalist of a highly popular girl group. And then there's the super duper high school all-star. He played both ace pitcher and cleanup hitter on his team, leading them to the victory in the championships. I know baseball so much. As an athlete, he's at the top of his tier, already being scouted for the pro leagues. Bang. Next is the super duper high school school model. Sorry. With her photos lining up in all fashion magazines, she's a role model for teenage girls everywhere. Whore. I didn't get to read that. To top it off, there's even a super duper high school outlaw biker. Vroom vroom. Finally, he rules Japan's largest biker gang. He's feared and revered by delinquents nationwide. After that, there's a super duper high school fighters. What? Sikon, swimmer and otaku. A super duper high school programmer, high roller, prefect, shaman, etc. etc. High roller? Who's the high roller? I can't remember. With appears as distinguishing and elite as them, I can't help but feel small and powerless. To put it another way, I feel like a... how do you say that? Kaliko? Who accidentally stumbled upon... oh, it's one of those animals, I can't say it. Who accidentally stumbled into a pride of lions. However, there was something that struck me as odd. There was a couple of students who, no matter how I searched, I couldn't find any information on. Well, much to my relief, my own talent itself was among the unaccountable. I wasn't sure what I was to make of it, of the others' missing names. Could it mean I'm not the only incoming student without a laundry list of accomplishments? Thinking there might be even the slightest chance I'm not alone in my uselessness is pitifully reassuring. Anyways, that aside, the real question is, how did a normal kid like me end up being selected to join the ranks of a super duper high school was? To find your answer, you need to but glance at my admission notice. We, Kibōgamine Academy, have selected by lottery a single candidate from a pool of average students. Your name was chosen, so we'd like to invite you to join us this year as the Super Duper High School Luck Star. As you can see, it was mere luck, nothing else. Good job. In all honesty, I probably should have declined. But there was no way I could know that graduation all but guarantees success in my life. Well, standing there with the school before my very eyes, I feared I may not be out of my league after all. Not that I can't just loiter in front of the gates forever either. Mumbling to myself, I dropped my gaze to the admission notice in my hand. New students meet at the entrance at 8 AM. There's still some time before you schedule the meetup, but I guess I should get going. Yeah, here goes. After mustering together far more resolve than should be necessary, for one's first day of classes, I headed towards the entrance hall. Well, here I am. Doesn't look like anyone else is here though. I look up at the entrance hall. Gorgeous clock. 7:10 it said. Meeting at 8, which means I've still got 50 minutes. Good maths. No, of course no one else is here yet. I was so nervous. I came here too early. There's still plenty of time. I don't really need to feel like just standing here until now. Maybe I could just wander the halls a bit. It might loosen me up. Technically I'm a student here now, so it shouldn't be a problem, I hope. All I'm doing is killing time. Having convinced myself it wasn't such a big deal, I took my first steps into Kibōgamine Academy. The first steps overflowing with hope for the start of a new life here. Or that's how it's supposed to be. ... Swirlies, huh? However, the moment my foot touched the floor, the world began to twist and spin. He's high. Till finally it was all blended together, melting like cotton candy. Cotton candy doesn't really melt though, does it? Well, it melts in your mouth, but it's not very... who am I to judge? I'm not very good at English. Swirling and twirling and whirling and curling into a thick syrup viscous pulp. And the next second, darkness. That was the beginning.